catfished my cheating boyfriend and he fell for it. And this is a direct OK Storytime submission from one of you.
One deception leads to another.
I, now 33 female, about 5 to 6 years ago was dating this guy, now 34 male. Let's call him Patrick, that I met on a dating app for almost 3 years. He was very manipulative and would gaslight me whenever I would question certain suspicious behavior. By the way, this comes from Tomatoes 4075, and if you want to submit your stories, go to OK Storytime subreddit and we might read it just like this story.
Exactly. Yes.
The last straw was when yet another girl reached out to me stating that they were sleeping with Patrick. By the way, it wasn't the first time someone had reached out to me. Anyways, I'm always feeling bad for breaking up with someone, but I knew this guy was not going to let me go. He actually was going to propose?
Gross.
That's diabolical behavior. But I came up with a plan. So I simply would catfish him and see if he would fall for it, which with previous occurrences, I knew he would fall for it. There was an app back then that would be used to prank call people, and we go to choose what number would appear on the caller ID. So that's where I got the idea and went with it. But I had to make it look real. I created Erica, actual fake name used. The app would call him along with whatever prank we wanted to play. I chose the girl next door. He had helped me put insurance on my dad's and brother's car, so those were under his name. So I quickly got him to sign over the titles so he can't claim them. My brother has a DUI, so his insurance is expensive. I know, this was not the way, but now they both have their vehicles under their respective names. Anyway, I was on my way to his apartment and set the call to go out as I was a few steps from his door. I let it ring and he answered. Pre-recording of a woman saying that she's been seeing him recently, that she's from next door to him, and she really thought he was very handsome, played. After the first sentence, I went inside and he quickly hung up. He looked startled and I asked him what's up. He stated he was just annoyed because it was work bothering him. I go to the ladies' room. While in the bathroom, I pulled out my texting app. I had created a fake number to text him from and used it on the prank app to come up as his caller ID. I texted him as Erica. Sorry, I was too straightforward, and I'm sorry I didn't mean to freak you out.
Oh, no worries. My signal's here at work, but what's your name? I didn't catch it.
I'm Erica. I live a few doors from you. I've seen you sometimes on your way to work or when you come back. I asked one of your friends if I could get your number, and here we are.
What friend of mine?
Miguel. I told him I thought you were very handsome and wondered if you were single, and he offered me your number.
Oh yeah, I know him. I am indeed single. And you sent me a picture.
So I played along, and I also had asked a friend if I could use her pictures and what I was doing. Made sure it wasn't someone he knew, and my friend was all on board.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, yeah, I'll catfish someone.
She said we ride at dawn.
So I sent a picture and decided to meet up in person. I was working 2 jobs, so I really needed time to coordinate this very well. I told him to give me a week because I was going to Italy for a week, so let's meet up then. I said Italy because she had pictures that we can exchange while Erica was away. So I coordinated myself to be free during those hours that we were going to meet up due to Patrick knowing my work schedule. He knows I never call out of work or ask to leave early. My boss/friend was very understanding, yet concerned at how calm I was regarding this. That's what I'm concerned about. Because OP's just like, yeah, so I'm catfishing him. He's full cheating on me. And I'm doing this whole plot. And everyone's like, okay, are you okay though?
I think at this point, it's just like because I guarantee you, you confront him and he's going to be like, no, it's a lie. It's been made up. So she's just getting it to the point where it's like, you can't even try to lie to me. This is undisputable. I was the other woman that you talked to.
So Erica came back from Italy, and there is actually a McDonald's near where they both live. I said I wanted to go there since I was exhausted and needed to get ready to be back at work the next day. I had spent all day unpacking with my sister from our trip all day and was finally free that evening. So Erica had set a time, 7 p.m. to meet there. I had left my job early to make it before the meetup time. I took a route that was close to his walk towards McDonald's. I waited at a corner until I would see him walk by, and I hopped out yelling, babe! In the meantime, I was trying to text Erica that I had just left the house and was on the way. Ooh. Juicy.
Yeah, this
juicy.
is more than just evidence now. This is active torment.
Yeah.
Which,
guess he deserves.
He earned it.
Yeah. I clung to him and he was pale in the face, asking me what I was doing there. I looked at him all innocent, saying I was on my way to him when I saw him walking. He tells me he was on his way to get Chinese, and I said, okay, I'll go with you. In the meantime, while he orders, I text him as Erica, saying I was there and waiting for him. I quickly tried to look over to see a live, unique point and saw someone with a brown jacket back towards Chinese restaurant. I think OP's saying they looked over and saw someone wearing a brown jacket at the back of the Chinese restaurant. Texted that she was wearing a brown coat.
Oh.
I looked at him and he was annoyed, but I was just entertained by this. Once he got his food, I told him I'll give you a ride home, all innocently. I wasn't feeling good stomach-wise and wanted to see him before I went home. As I'm driving home, he's texting Erica that he was running late. Once we get to his house, I go to the bathroom and start messaging him as Erica saying, I think I saw you with some redhead clinging to him. I used to have red hair at the time. He responds with, oh yeah, that's my cousin from Cali. She's visiting, so can we still meet up soon? I was just showing her to the Chinese food. It was just like, jaw dropped. This something. Presumably moron, I don't know. But okay, let's schedule another meetup. Not tonight, because I gotta rest, says Erica. So again, I set up another meetup for 2 days later.
Okay, no, I think at this point, it's like now you can
just
confront.
leave them. Yeah.
Get your ducks in a row and leave and move on with your life.
Yeah, I wonder
and confront him and be like, you're pathetic, you're a loser, and can't believe you thought
yeah, I don't know if you have to go full,
was on the agenda.
Like, it doesn't feel like you're super, like, I don't know, you might be hurt, but it doesn't feel like, right now, it just feels like you're trying to, like, really keep this charade up. It's like, let's just leave them.
You're trying to hurt him back, and it's understandable because you are hurt, but now you're not doing anyone any favor. You're not doing yourself any favors. You're just spending more time and more energy than you need to.
Same thing. I make all necessary arrangements and even ask my dear friend Angela to help me with the texting. I give her my login to the texting app, reads all the history thread, which is a bit, and gets into the persona of Erica. Same thing. I call him to see where he is. He tells me he's still at work, which is about a 30-minute drive from his house. But I had seen him leave his house to go to the meet point. I go mid-block from coffee place and happened to walk by his car. I just happened to notice it was him, lol. He again looked pale in the face and rushed me to get into the car. I text Angela, it's go time. I get in and said, thought you were still at work. Why did you just lie to me? He then says that I misunderstood, that he said he was going to work. I didn't misunderstand anything, but that's just who he is. On his dashboard, Erica's name starts appearing and he's rushing to get out of the parking spot. I told him what was he doing there if he was on his way to work. He says, yeah, I just wanted my coffee, which then I said, why are we leaving then? He doesn't know what to do, and the messages from Erica keep coming in.
It is funny.
It is
undeniably
really
funny.
This is a sketch right here. OMG, I kid you not, I wanted to laugh so hard at this scenario. He didn't know what to do with himself, lol. I asked who this chick was, and he said it's one of his employees that he can't stand. So I was like, why are you driving away with me if you need to go to work? He looked so stressed and made a U-turn. Says that he's just going to go back home. I said, but my car's over there because I was on my way to get you coffee, but turned around because you said you were at work. You just said you misunderstood. I'm imagining him being like, you misunderstood. I was on my way to work. And she's like, what do you mean? Who's texting you? He's like, I don't know anymore. That's what I'm picturing. Then I texted Angela to call. As soon as the phone rang, he was looking like he was going to have a nervous breakdown and ignored the call. And edit, LOL, sorry, still got a bit to tell. After that call, I say there must be an issue at the store. He said he doesn't want to deal with it, that he'll just go home. We head back to his house, and Erica is disappointed for being stood up and went back home. I read the text later on when I went home. He tells her something came up at work and had to leave in a hurry, but that he would be back home by 9:30 p.m. Time I said I would leave his house. I still stuck around till past 10. He always felt some type of way with me not just sleeping over once it was that late. This time around, he was almost rushing me out. I questioned that too. His response, oh, because I know you need your sleep and want you to rest. Okay, but OP, what are you doing during all that time at his house? Because are you guys like smooching? Because that's kind of crazy.
That would look.
Right? Like you're actively
intense.
Creating a plot, but you guys are still smooching?
Like, it's funny because like maybe like Obi's kind of into it. She's like, oh, it's like so secretive. It's
yeah,
like,
she's like, this is even better than the rest of our relationship.
It's like the relationship starting anew.
Yeah, this is breathing new life into our relationship.
She's like, this is so much more interesting.
I love torturing.
His heart's
my
pounding. My heart's pounding.
My head is reeling. Yeah. So a little backstory on Erica. Erica was engaged, but sadly the fiance cheated on her and found out a week before the wedding and with her best friend. So Erica's sister is so very protective of her. She doesn't trust any guy with her and is suspicious of OP's boyfriend for being sketchy and always canceling last minute with her sister. And let's not forget how close Erica mentioned his cousin from Cali was to him. So her sister decided to do some digging that weekend. She found out that the so-called cousin really isn't from Cali and works nearby in a hair salon. So decided to make an appointment with her.
And this is all the fictional
stuff that OP is creating.
That is you.
On her way, she took pictures from the outside. My friend Angela and I were dying of laughter trying to get these pictures of me being stalked, LOL, and send them to Erica. While I was on break, Erica was texting him. He still would try to meet up, but Erica was not having it anymore and lets him know her sister did some digging on his cousin from Cali. Erica sent him the pictures her sister took and informed him that she was sitting in her chair getting her hair done. Now Patrick knows my work schedule and knows I don't always have my phone on me, especially if I have a client. He started blowing up my phone to call him ASAP. And in the meantime, now cursing Erica out, saying how he wasn't even interested in her, how she deserved to be cheated on. Dang. That she's a homewrecker herself. I, while at work, see this in the messages to call him, that someone's playing a prank on him. I don't call him, I don't reply, and I make sure to leave him on red all day.
So
this is like what they use at like the CIA, you know, like for torture tactics.
Like
this is what they're training in there.
He's got serious skills here.
This is the most.
This is like social engineering, social programming.
This is the most like thought out, in-depth catfishing, catching my boyfriend cheating plan I've ever seen.
Cannot get this level of petty revenge without the scorpion
without the stars
in your
aligning.
chart. I'm sorry.
Yeah. After work, when I'm home, I finally answer him, acting all angry. I tell him I had an interesting client come in today and showed me a bunch of messages between him and some chick. He starts out crying how I believe everyone else but him, that I'm always doubting him. Starts with all the defensive and anger attitude. Then states that his friend Miguel set him up. I ask, oh really? For what? Did you tell him that you have a girlfriend? He responded that he confronted his friend Miguel and his friend told him that I can't take a joke. I wanted to pass away from laughter.
Yeah.
I said he's willing to tell me in person that it was a setup. At first, Patrick says yes, he'll arrange the meetup, but to please believe him. I asked him why he said I was his cousin and lied to me all those times that they were supposed to meet up. Oh, I just wanted to see who it was and don't want them to know my personal business/private life. I'm just like, you know, I saw all the messages. It didn't look like that. No one has to know who, but you can still say you're taken, and that's it. Bare minimum. I started saying my signal was wonky, but I don't believe him, and cut the call. He did try contacting me the following days. I responded that we'll talk when he sets up the meeting with his friend. By the way, you can set up episodes with more stories like this. Just go to OKstorytime on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. But there's a little bit more to this story, but because it seems like you really thought about this.
You're reveling in the torment.
Mm-hmm.
You're reveling in his anxiety and trying to shuffle up like a BS story that you already know is not going to be true. So at this point, you know, whatever. You're wasting his time. You're wasting his energy.
I guess OP just wanted to see like how far this guy can just dig this grave.
I guess as long as it's not kind of like directly negatively impacting your life.
Yeah, as long as you're not like going out of the way to like, I don't know. It doesn't sound like you've done anything like, you know, egregiously like legal or anything.
Yeah. But there's a little bit more to read. Almost a week after he tried getting me to talk to him again, when I mentioned the meet with his friend, he said it's not an option anymore because I don't believe him. Told him that I'm not having it. I have been happiest from then on. I seriously felt like I could breathe again. I know I should have been able to end it before with this whole setup, but the way my mental state was, the manipulation and gaslighting he did took a toll on me. It took me a while. Till this day, he never knew it was me. Well, unless he reads this, and I don't care if he finds out now. I've been much happier than I would have been if I stayed with him. That is
true.
Obvious. That
clear.
is a given.
How dare you not get the satisfaction of seeing the stupid look on his face?
Yeah.
You tell him, yes, it was me. No, you can't deny it.
I am sad about that.
All of your lies are pathetic and stupid. Just like you. But hey, you got rid of the guy, so we're happy for you.